One of these gig apps is going to make you more money, but that's a problem. Which one is it? And you might not even know, regardless of how much experience you have, little or a lot in this gig economy, you might not even have access to one of these. I'm going to break it down in a simple pros and cons list, going over offer types, going over pay, going over things we might be forgetting here so you can get started here and actually choose one. I mean, looking at the requirements here, so DoorDash, you just need to be 18 years of age or older. Compare that to Amazon Flex though. Here's one difference already. You have to be at least 21 years of age or older. I mean, looking at the vehicle, it's the same vehicle requirements that you're going to use on their food delivery side with DoorDash. There's no vehicle requirements and there's no condition. There's no 2-door versus 4-door. And that's echoed on both the Dasher sign up page. And there's nothing, at least at the time of filming this video, on the DashLink FAQ page. Conversely, with Amazon Flex, because this is package parcel routed delivery, they say, hey, you need access to a 4-door mid-size sedan or larger, such as an SUV. So slightly different sign-up requirements, and that probably knocked out a few drivers already that don't meet the age requirements. So now let's look at the actual offers here and look at some differences. DoorDash DashLink, yes, it's routed deliveries. So you're going to be delivering packages, envelopes, those parcel bag things, and basically just like boxes and stuff. Small boxes to like medium, large, some large boxes as well. Okay, understandable. And it's kind of the same thing on Amazon Flex as well. Like the offers, it's a route and you're going to deliver parcels, packages, small, medium, large size boxes, envelopes, and those parcel bags. Okay, but offer types, at the time of filming this, there's only one offer type on DashLink. It's a DashLink route. It's just one route type. Versus on Amazon, you can do an Amazon.com, a warehouse run or a shift. You're delivering just that stuff that I just detailed here. Or you can do Amazon sub same day. It's kind of the same thing. It just kind of pertains to the delivery estimations there to the customer. And then they have Whole Foods runs, which is different. That's grocery delivery. That's Amazon Fresh. They also have instant offers. Now, DoorDash has, I guess, instant offers. When you go online, you just, get offers instantly. But Amazon updated their instant offers now to have this interactive map. So I know today we're talking about routed deliveries, but if you want like ad hoc instant offers, Amazon's improved that. Staying on offers though, and this is important, and if you do want to compare like different apps and niches in the gig economy space, that's all I do here. I help you make money in different side hustles. Look at our starter guide. It's actually comparing 85 plus side hustles and apps in different niches: grocery, parcel, shopping, at home, tasks, food delivery, rideshare, all of that. And it lists different qualifications that you're going to need to know if you even qualify, if you want to do it. Do they advertise, pay? Can I get tips? Stuff like that. Again, that's our starter guide at yourdrivermight.com/starter guide. So how can you get offers on both? So DashLink, both routed deliveries, I have to sign up for a wait list, typically, at least again, at the time of filming this video. So if you have DashLink, go into your menu on your DoorDash Dasher app, go into Dasher preferences. You should at least have preferences. Here, it should say like DoorDash, little column thing, then it should say DashLink. So I did, for instance, a recent DashLink shift. I'll leave that linked down below for you. You can actually watch a DashLink shift. And I signed up. Basically, when it opened, it said like 9:30 p.m. It's going to vary based on your marketplace, possibly. I signed up, but then I was actually bumped down the list. You don't have that on Amazon Flex. So with their rewards program, Dasher Rewards, or whatever they're calling it, whatever iteration of the rewards program, the ranked Dashers on the rewards program, gold, silver, or platinum, If they jump on the wait list, they could, because they have priority as a perk, they could bump you down the list as you're sitting there waiting for a DashLink route. Now with the DashLink, as we look at a few offers here, the thing that I do like on DoorDash is you see everything, you see the routes, destination, you see the stops, you see the pay, you see the mileage, you see the stop count as well. You can accept or decline it, just like a regular DoorDash offer request. Also, most marketplaces, let me know if this is any different for you. Typically, because it is new, DashLink most likely have one warehouse, distribution center that's doing this stuff in your marketplace. Versus Amazon Flex, they might have more warehouses to start, basically, start your shift at different warehouses. So they might have more locations on Amazon. Now, speaking of requests, if you do accept a DashLink run, let's say, because it's an offer from DoorDash, this just happens to be their routed delivery option. If you accept it, because this is a little different, and you just don't show up, you're like, well, I don't really want to do it anymore. I have something come up. What happens? DoorDash says they'll hold it for you for a little bit. They'll hold the route. They don't give an exact time here, but they do say if you do this too many times, you might lose access to getting DashLink runs. And I'll tell you the same thing on Amazon Flex. Don't accept a route if you don't intend on doing it. Speaking of Amazon Flex, let's turn our attention over here. You can cancel a reserved route on Amazon Flex as long as it's 45 minutes or longer before the start of your shift. So Amazon Flex, we talked about possibly having more locations. Let's talk about the offer process on Amazon Flex. So take a look. I can see all of these offers on Amazon Flex at one time. There's no single offer. That's what it is on DashLink. It's single DashLink offer at a time. Do you want it or not? You can decline it, right? That's fine, but it's one offer at a time. Versus here, I see all the available offers. Now, other Flex drivers can see the same thing. I can see the pay, the expected pay up front. By the way, both of these aren't eligible for tips. Now, DashLink is new, and I've done a few shifts here, and I've seen what other Dashers have done. Generally, I'll say you can't get tips on DashLink or, of course, Amazon Flex, at least for their .com warehouse runs. What aren't you seeing, though? I mean, I see some stuff here, but how many stops are you doing? How many packages do you have? Moreover, where are you going? Where is the route going whatsoever? You're not going to see that on Amazon Flex whatsoever, basically in any market that I've ever seen over years of doing Amazon Flex, until you commit. You really have to commit. You get in your vehicle, you go to the warehouse, you're basically all in on that shift now, and then they give you the rack of packages and stuff, and there's a QR code. You scan that QR code. Finally, you get to see if your, let's say, $66 route is for 23 miles or 43 miles. And don't leave this video just yet, because the next thing is the most important thing that you really care about. It's the pay. So let's look at some examples here. What pays better? That's the whole question we're trying to answer today. DoorDash. Look at a few shifts here of DashLink. This is just obviously one sample here. This is from one day in particular, and it is a newer program, this DashLink routed delivery. But, I mean, look at the pay here. Look at the hourly pay for these route offers here. Look at the pay per mile, and then look at the pay per delivery. I've seen $23 an hour to $30 an hour, which is good, combined with good pay per mile. That's kind of pretty solid. Like, Mike, I'm making good hourly pay. I'm making good pay per mile. The only sacrifice, and I'll echo the same thing on Amazon Flex, is this pay per delivery is going to be pretty bad. My goal for you, if you're doing like one-off, like regular offers, picking and choosing, averaging minimum of $7, and do about, two-ish, 3 deliveries an hour, and try to get $20 to $25 plus per hour. I'm getting the hourly, I'm getting the pay per mile. My threshold there is $1.75 for you. but it's not going to hit the pay per delivery threshold. That's not the worst thing though. Listen to this. You're getting a good hourly. You're pretty much getting a good pay per mile. It's just you're going to have to put in more work to do it. It's all planned. You already know your stops. You're just going to be making more stops per hour. Going back to the pay specifically on Amazon Flex, this is updated, of course, for 2025. Here's what I've seen, again, just here in Pittsburgh, so please compare both if you have DashLink or at least Amazon Flex. I see shifts $18 to $26 per hour. Anecdotal, and yes, that's a bit below what I've seen on DashLink. It's gonna be based on your experience, the pay per hour, the pay per mile, who gives you more stops? If, let's say, everything's consistent, I mean, here I see Flex is a little lower actually than DashLink, but who's like giving you more stops? What's more important to you? And lastly, cons to consider here, because I try to give you a neutral stance. Let's just straight up get into the cons here first with DoorDash and DashLink. Any return packages, you'll have to come back to the warehouse. So if you have undeliverables, back to the warehouse to return those. Like we mentioned, no tips, at least as far as I know for now. We have the wait lists. So literally you're unsure if you can even get an offer. So if you want to do routed delivery, there's no guarantee you'll even get an offer for that day. And remember, you can be bumped down the list. They may send you also these same routes repeatedly. Now you're able to decline it. You can keep declining it if you don't want that route. It's kind of like what the apps do anyway. They might send you the same offer. They're doing the same thing on DashLink. If you don't want it, you can decline it. And it is a newer part of the business for DoorDash. I'll tell you here, just my own experience. Watch that video down below, but on my second ever DashLink run, I don't know if this is because it is a new part of their business, it didn't quite go as smoothly as you would think from a gig app. So check that out. Cons of Amazon Flex, starting with the same thing, undeliverables. So gate code, can't get in, I'm texting the customer for whatever reason. I can't deliver in a safe area. Business is closed. It's a street side business. I can't just leave it here on the busy street. And lastly, as mentioned, what I feel like is a pretty big con, but if you don't agree, I mean, let me know and why. It's just not knowing where you're going until you're fully committed. Like they got you there. You have to drive to the warehouse. They basically got you like, oh, hey, you're here. What are you going to do now? And I guess kind of a either pro or con. What is this? What would we classify this as? That Flex has kind of set time windows, delivery windows. I told you it's going to be 2 to 4 hours for Whole Foods, Amazon Fresh. It's going to be 3 to 5. I don't know if they do 6 hours, I forget, but call it like 3 to 5 hours for warehouse runs. So when you sign up for a shift, it says 3.5 hours. It says 4 hours. It's like easy to know how long they think, there's no guarantee, but they think that route's going to take. Versus DashLink, it'll say like, oh, it's going to take 4 hours and 13 minutes or 3 hours and 28 minutes. It's like no rhyme or reason. There's no set, definitive, like every 30-minute time window, whatever we want to call it on DashLink. I don't know if that's really a pro or con, but I guess if you're trying to plan your day, but then again, maybe it's more accurate than Amazon Flex. I don't know. So which pays more in 2025? Tentatively, I kind of think DashLink, but still think about this. Even if they pay $2 an hour more, you have to think about, well, are they slamming me with a lot more stops per hour? Just like stops in general. Is it worth it for me to do that? Or is it easier on Amazon Flex? Yeah, I make $23 an hour versus 24 or even 25, but I might be able to finish my shifts early on Amazon Flex. You get the same full pay if you finish 30 minutes, 45 minutes early on Amazon Flex. So maybe that's the move versus, I don't know, never finishing early on DashLink. So let me know if you even have access to both and which one does pay more in 2025.